There you go. That's right. Round up family. Greetings, class. And my mission to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. I've been kind of on the low because I got a crying baby and daddy daycare and doggy daycare and wife duties. All that stuff rolled up into a big old box. I'm still trying to bring y'all some value. So just bear with me, rounduppers. In doing that, I have I'm mad I missed it when I was in Dallas, but it's still, I'm trying to catch back up the time. Dutch Jackson, real estate investor / MC / video production company owner. Dutch Jackson, what up, bro?
Man, hi. How y'all doing, man? I made it, man. Brother, can you believe I made it? I'm with brother Chris. I'm just thankful, brother. I'm just thankful. I'm happy. I try to stay positive. I just keep trying to move, man. Thank you, brother. It's been a exciting road for me, and I'm just happy to be here, bro.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine your story. Are you gonna do a book about your rise in the business world, so to speak?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I am gonna do a book, man, because, like I said, it's just inspiring to know you have gifts and know that you're greater, and you have a greater purpose. And when things don't go your way in life and things don't turn the way you want it to turn, you start doubting that feeling. Like, man, I know I'm here for a greater reason. And then once you can finally take the doubt away and just try to live it and do what you think you meant for, and when it started actually working, all them years of thinking that you were crazy for knowing on the inside that you were destined for something greater, and when it started working, man, all them ideas that you was crazy go out the door, and your what is it? It's a feeling that you get. I mean, I'm living a dream, man, to actually be doing music, mixing an old passion with a new passion, which is real estate.
Wow.
I can't complain about nothing, brother. I'm blessed, you know. So
I can't wait to get into the content for today, Dutch. But let me ask you, the precursor getting you to here. I'm thinking about myself. I had to shed a lot of people that actually hated me, right? I want to ask you. It's almost like when I started going where people love me, it's almost like I just blew up. I'm like, forget trying to make these relationships work. Let me go over here where these people love me. Let me just go here. Let me ask you for you. How did that go?
It's crazy. I've been putting out music for a long time. Gangster music, hood music.
I saw some of that.
You know, and then I find real estate. And I'm like, let me make a real estate song, because music is my first love. So I make music and to be a stress reliever. And I put out a couple of real estate songs and getting booked for REI event.
Wow.
Flying me to different cities to make music for their companies and actually getting paid a nice, you know, I always did music just for the love, and I wanted to get money eventually, but I did it for the love first. So I never really got big checks for my music. But to do it now with people paying,
and they love you,
and they love me, man. It's like,
so that was the same for you, generally speaking.
Yeah, I mean,
even before that though, that you mentioned about when you were in the corporate world, the people around you had an issue with you per se. I'm narrowing it down, but I still want to kind of stay there before we get to the content.
Well, I was a corporate GM for 10 years. I was in the airline industry. So managing people, managing budgets, you know, just managing period, man. I had hundreds of employees.
Wow.
You know, corporate black card, taking trips, playing golf. You know, I made it to a certain point in my life where I'm like, man, my mama gonna be proud. I always wanted to make it to this point, you know, and make my mama proud. But it's just like this. You work so hard to get to a place in life and then realize you don't like it. You work years and years, and what happened was I was in a place where I was one of the only ones in the place, being a young black professional, and I just wasn't treated the same.
Wasn't for you.
You know, I mean, I worked hard. You know, they used to play me to the side, didn't invite me to no corporate events. You know what, Mike, you gonna work this weekend. We'll invite you to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Hey, can I take Christmas off this year? I ain't had one off for 7 years. We'll give you the next Christmas off, Mike. But we all take off.
Wow.
You know? Promotions coming up, you know, for higher positions. I'm qualified. I've been there. I've been doing my thing, you know, qualified. Job open up, I apply. They hire somebody off the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm training a person off the street. You know?
Lord.
So it just got to a point where I was just like,
this ain't for me.
No. And I'm making them millions of dollars working around the clock. If I can make them some dollars, what can I make myself?
Wow.
And it clicked like, you know what? Let me do me.
Wow, man. All right. I could go on. We could go on Dutch and I. To be honest, round up, I could talk to this man for a long. I mean, I feel like I picked the phone up. Dutch, check this out. He'll call me up.
Man, this what's going on, man. It's
like
crazy.
Oh, man. Round up. Thanks for joining us. Put your questions in the box for Dutch. Dutch, give us a 40,000-foot view of your business now, and then we're gonna get into the music and all that stuff.
Well, I started off about a year ago into wholesaling.
Wow. Young people.
A year ago, man. Quit the corporate job. I left all on faith, boy. I'm talking about.
Tell me about that.
Well, I didn't leave. I got.
I got
laid off. You know, I got laid off, and I was just having problems with the boss. Y'all know how it is, and they found a way to get me out of there. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to work for nobody else. I'm going to learn something. And how I learned about wholesaling was one of my employees, I still mess with him to this day, 20 years old. He was like, yeah, Mr. Jackson, that's what they call me. Mr. Jackson, I'm out of here, man. I ain't working here no more. I said, you found another job? He said, yeah, I'm doing real estate, man. I just made a quick $20,000.
I bet you was like, hold on, man. Is this real?
Know about real estate. Like, man, Google wholesaling, man. It's gonna change your life. Look at it on YouTube. And on YouTube, I clicked it in. I said, is this real? You know, so I called my partner, Chris from St. Louis, your boy. Here, Mr. Chris Monroe. We went to high school together. And I was like, Chris, is this real? And he just sent me a screenshot of checks. And that was it. That was it, man. I went full-fledged. I'm knocking on doors. I'm this. So now, man, multiple deals in. Thank God I made, 6 figures my first year.
Wow.
Wholesaling alone, and now I'm moving over to creative financing, which is sub tools, lease options, and everything else, because wholesaling is great, but it's still a job. You hire one day and you fire one day. Hire one day, so I'm just trying to grow my knowledge with other, strategies, so I can just tighten that tool belt up and be a beast out.
That is so cool, man.
Yeah, man, that's where I'm at right now. I got a couple people working with me. We got a small team, but we getting it done. So I'm just looking at expanding and growing from her.
So before we get to you, how you have bridged the gap regarding your real estate and your music and doing deals, all that kind of has fused together with bringing in deals. Mm-hmm. What can you drop for my new wholesalers, Dutch, regarding, you've only been doing it for a year, and I'm presuming that you took a time leap in your mind 10 years from now, and you said, you know what, I ain't finna be doing this for 10 years. I feel like you did that, but I don't know. So tell me, because that's what I did. I'm like, I don't be no 80-year-old man doing some wholesale. You out of your damn, you crazy.
Right. I mean, for new wholesalers, first be just aggressive. I mean, I was just super aggressive. Just
me too. So new.
Doors. I mean,
you wasn't sleeping, no doubt.
No. I'm looking at neighbors for rent signs. I'm just super aggressive, calling people, just super aggressive. And that's when it started happening. The more aggressive you are and the more active you just talking to people, that's what makes stuff. It's almost like a tsunami. You creating ripples, shaking it, and then the wave comes. So that's what I was doing. Started getting successful with it, and then I'm like, man, I make 10 grand this month, and then no grand the next month. Oh, I made 6 grand this month. Then hot 1,500 the next month, and I'm just like, man, I need some kind of stability, bro. Like, I'm like, this is fun and all, and I'm entertaining, but some got to shake. I got to start staying in these deals. So I'm like, man, the number of deals I did my first year, if those would have been where I stayed in the deals, I would have stayed in the deals with those. That's cash flow, baby. So I just started restructuring my mindset. And I'm like, man, I need to start staying in these deals.
Respectively, though, Dutch, I know guys that have been wholesaling for 10 years and they don't have any. And I'm like, but how did you make that shift? Because wholesaling is cool. But just from my opinion, my perspective, that is like the tip of the iceberg. I mean, that's like when you're just waking up, like you still got sleep in your eyes.
I mean, I just...
When you made that transition mentally.
Yeah, because I've been a working man my whole life, so I'm used to a check every 2 weeks. So I mean, some people can make their money and feel cool not knowing where the next one gonna come from. They just got that faith, like I'm gonna keep hitting. But me, I'm like, man, I need some kind of security, some kind of something to keep coming in. And I made that shift probably the last three months. Because I'm like, man, if I'm doing this well in wholesaling, if I learn other strategies,
be a monster.
I'll be a monster. So that's when I started taking it so serious and doing it like that, and just really been in the books, calling you, hey man, I got help, Chris. Hey, teach me something, man. This, that, calling Chris Monroe in St. Louis, brother. I need to know what y'all doing. And
that's so cool.
I'm really restructuring my mind because it's so different from wholesaling. It's like
going after money. Wholesaling is going after money.
Yeah. This is beautiful though. I'm enjoying it though.
Enjoy the ride, Dutch. I feel like I'm living vicariously through your shoes, man. I didn't enjoy I tell people all the time, I didn't enjoy my ride, man. One of the things I so regret I didn't enjoy the process of becoming Chris Haskins today. So I hope you enjoy it. I mean, I was just so to the grindstone, dude. I'm like, I don't see nothing now. Wake up, I got more cash flow. At now stage in my life, I'm like, damn, when I go to these houses, Dutch, I don't even remember buying them, man. I'm like, I don't even remember. I'm like, damn, is this my address? I don't even remember the addresses, Dutch.
That's cool.
I'm saying that to you, like, enjoy this stuff. Enjoy
it. I mean, I think I enjoy it because I realize that I can make a certain amount of money on my own.
Yeah.
And it just gave me a sense of comfort, not always having to depend on somebody else for a check or something like that. It just gave me comfort to know, man, I can create my own bag.
Wow.
Legally.
Wow. That's deep.
Looking like me, talking like me, it don't matter. Because when I was in the corporate world, I had to wear a suit, slippery bottom shoes.
Did you get away with the beard? Were you able to wear the beard?
This all new. No, I had a little cute goatee. That was whack. But now I can be me. I can talk like me. I can and still make good money and still live a comfortable life being me. And that's more important than anything to me. Because I made good money before I started this. So it's about the money, of course. Don't let me get it wrong. Don't let but it's just about how you make your money.
How you make your money is big.
Just as important as how much money you make.
Oh my gosh.
It is. So that's something I realized, man, and because you can be making millions. You see folks jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge all the time.
Millionaires.
So it's a big difference, and it do matter how you make your money.
That's deep. Wow, I'm glad you said that. So, Dutch, tell me, people want to know. I'm curious too. I mean, I just love talking to you about this stuff because the way you have, I feel like you turned yourself into a magnet. Or even for me, you attracted me. In a professional level, how how do you do this thing? Do you have a concept on a song and then people want to sell you houses? Tell me how it all comes together in your mind.
Well, when I was learning wholesaling, it was stressful. It was fun, but it was stressful. And music helps me with stress. So I was looking, I'm like, man, I need some help. I'm out here in Dallas and Fort Worth. I need a bird dog, man. And I always have little beats going on in the background, little tracks, and I was just like, bird dog. Man, I need a bird dog. Came up with a hook, and I'm like, man, that could be kind of hot, you know? I know, man. Recorded a hook. You know, I got the studio set up here, recorded a hook, shared it on Facebook. People start sharing it. Like, hey, man, look at this. This is Bird Dog. He talking about this. This what we do. And instantly a light bulb came on. I'm like, man, this a lane that ain't nobody touching. I could come in with my musical skills because I know that in real estate, relationships are everything. So I said, man, if I create something so crazy, a real estate rap, it'll draw people into me and it'll create the relationships I need to grow myself.
Good gosh.
So I created an album called D4D. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and everything. 20 songs of just REI on some banging beats. And what's crazy, people start hitting me up. The relationships. Hey, man, I heard this and this. Then I start shooting my own music videos to them. So now I got sellers hitting me up.
Tell me about that.
Calling my band songs. My bandit sign. I got a song called "I Got Bandit Signs."
In the video,
I got another song called "Closing Day," where I was putting up my bandit signs in the music video, and people was calling my phone from my bandit signs from the video.
Oh,
and they just let me know how powerful the media was. You know? So I started playing with it, man. I'm shooting, dropping videos, promoting the album, bringing me relationships, bringing me deals. And man, this has been the craziest time of my life, man. I can't explain it, you know.
I see you traveling, man. You with Lecko and you're doing, every time I turn around, I see you mentioning Maxwell.
Yeah, man. Big brothers to me, man, and showing me the game, and they see it in me. And I think you see the videos, but when you sit and talk to me, you see that I'm real about this. I'm not playing with this. You know, I'm dead serious on learning this and changing my future and helping others change theirs. So, you know, David Lecko from Deal Machine, come on up to Indy Dutch. You stay with me. I'm like, Dave, let's stay with you. They shot the video, we chilling, having fun, loved it. Man, been out to Phoenix, those guys, St. Louis, Chicago. Paying me for what I love to do is the greatest payment you can ever receive. So it's just been crazy, man. I'm blessed, you know.
I'm so glad that you're not talking about shooting, that you're changing the narrative for brown people. I'm just like, every song, I'm like, good God, you can't pop with so many bottles, have so many women, do with so much drugs and partying.
I know. And I did that for a long time.
Where it get you? Where you go get you?
Didn't get me nowhere, man. Couple views.
Couple dollars. You can make a few dollars with that.
But when I start talking about how to make money the legit way and make a lot of it, a different crowd started listening. People who want to change their life and people who wanted to learn new skills, a new skill set, started listening, and it's been just taking off, you know, from there. And I just, you know, the world changing, man. You know, all these 9-to-5ers and things, people want to start learning a way to survive on their own. And this is why this is so appealing to people, you know.
So what we'll do is we'll put a link to that CD. Dutch, you used to give me that link, and I'll put it, if you want to email it to me, I'll go ahead and put it in the video description roundup. Y'all can download that. Dutch is just an amazing artist.
Appreciate it, man.
Amazing artist.
Yeah.
So your deals, tell me about your marketing. Is it, are you, I see your stuff on Facebook, on Insta. Is that the majority of how you're pulling your deals in, or what are you doing?
Well, we do cold calls, we do text messaging, and now with the music, I'm getting ready to set up a whole campaign of just music. because I can't sleep on that. But my main thing has been text messaging.
Gotcha.
Texting. And I think I got into text messaging because it was the cheapest. You know, that with band signs. But everything works.
Everything.
You know? Everything works. Is just how aggressive you are with.
Consistent. Aggressive and consistent.
Yeah, but texting is my baby.
So for the entrepreneur, the newbies, Dutch, I'm just you and Chris, you guys, I love your energy because I consider myself, I'm like an old geezer now, right? I can't believe I'm an old geezer because I remember meeting the old geezers when I was just starting. Your energy and Chris' energy. I want you to drop for new guys. Is there a magic bullet? Is there going to be one thing that's going to just take them down the golden road, or is it going to be a whole lot of little things that's going to help push them forward, Dutch, in your opinion and your experience?
Whole lot of little things, man. Whole lot of little. You reach and you try this, try that, try this. Like I say, everything works. You just got to be aggressive, and you got to have a why. Why you want to do this? Can't think about just the money. Why? You want to change your life for who? Is it family members? You know, is it this? Is it that? You got to have a why, because my why was just to be able to be free with my time. My parents getting older. I want to spend time with them. I want to spend time with loved ones. It was my why was my time, because as the corporate guy, I didn't have no time. I made good money, but I didn't have no time.
What were your hours?
Showing up in the airline industry, 6 a.m., 8 p.m.
Good God.
6 a.m. to 8 p.m. On a regular basis, working all holidays, working all weekends. You know, I mean, when it hit me, I showed up at my niece's birthday party with a Barbie doll. She was damn near a teenager. You know what I'm saying? I lost so many years. I showed up with a gift for a little girl. I was just like, damn, you 5 years older than what I thought you was. Like, it was crazy that my time was just going by me. You know, and that was scary, man.
I bet.
You know?
So. Round up, get your questions in. We're hanging out with Dutch Jackson, real estate MC. Man's doing some unbelievable things with the music and with real estate wholesaling deals. Now he's getting into creative financing. I'm so glad that you're staying, at least you're exploring the option. I'm telling you, Dutch, you know, when you do it, you're like, whatever. I promise you, dude. A lot of guys that they learn wholesaling and they just stick to wholesaling. And I'm like, man, I'm so glad that you made a decision in your life to say, you know what else is out there? That's all.
Yeah, man. I appreciate brothers like you, you know, to open our eyes with such great content, man, on your channel. Like, you're giving away so much value. But like they say, people have to be ready to receive it. Because I saw you a few times when I first started wholesaling. I was like, Chris, okay. All right, go over. Chris Haskins, okay.
Yeah, get him out there.
And then when I started understanding, I clicked on you and you start saying something. I said, hold on, I didn't hear this the first time I clicked on his video. It's because I was ready to receive it at that point. You know, it was over my head at one point, but then I'm like, man, this is serious. Went up, bought all your packets, went on your website. I done got ninja negotiation. I done got this, I done got that. I'm listening, I'm binging. You gotta binge. If you want to learn something, you gotta binge, bro. Binge until they burn in your brain. But that's what I did, is cut everything off and man, just dive in. You know?
I think you were to a point in your life where, once again, I don't know your whole story, but wholesaling, you're like, okay, I did that. And my message really isn't that. It is for wholesalers, but Dutch, you know, I'm like, if you want to learn that, I feel like you can get that. I'm good. Wholesaling is a skill. Go ahead and learn that. Come see me when you. What's up?
Can Sean ride the scooter with gloves?
Yeah, he can ride. Go ahead. If you want him to ride, it's up to you. Morgan, you can make the decision. Let him ride it one time.
I don't want anyone touching it. So
all right, don't let nobody ride it. Just say not right now. I'm sorry.
That's family, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's positivity.
You were like, I'm like, you want to learn wholesaling? Cool, learn that, but holler at me when it's time to kind of build an empire. My mentor was like, they do not erect statues for wholesalers, which I'm cool with wholesaling. I think it's a great way to build up some capital. But it's like, man, if you think you're investing in real estate and you're a wholesaler, wow, you got a big curtain to pull back. You got a big curtain to pull back, dude.
Because I mean, when you jump in, you look at wholesaling like, wow. But the longer you do it, you start realizing like, this should be my last option. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm restructuring my brain. And wholesalers, y'all watching, I still love you. I'm for everybody. I represent. But that should be a tool, just a tool in the tool belt. You know,
one tool.
That's one tool, not a career. You know, so I'm just trying to give me some more tools. That's all. Like I said, I don't like being hired and fired. Yeah, I celebrate my first 2,500. I'm like, yeah. Now where the next 2,500 gonna come from? Mm-hmm. Well, let me get back on these phones. Let me get back texting. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I made this $5,000. Excellent. Where this next $5,000 gonna come from? And it bothered me. You know, I was just like, man, so damn, I gotta keep working crazy. I got into this for my time. And I ain't got my time back. I mean, I'm making money, but you know, so that's when I started really thinking about strategies of staying in the deals and getting that passive income. So that's where I'm at now, man. And I gave myself, what's my first year? What's it, May? I want 10 houses this year.
Golly, you can do it, brother. You can do it. It can be done.
Want 10 of them. I want 10 of them. So that's what I'm working on.
Are you not going to be like me and do conventional rentals? Are you? Or what type of holding?
You know what? When you get to your status with all that money just coming in, ain't no telling what I'll do, man. I'll start doing some conventional rentals. At that point, you just picking and choosing what you want to do.
You're right. You
know,
it's good to say no. It's so good to say
Yeah.
no. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with it.
So
show me how. I mean, you're in Texas, so lease options is no. Is that, so you're gonna have to do owner financing if you do a
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. It's nothing but a different piece of paper.
Different piece of paper. That's what you told me, man. So I called you. I'm like, man, I'm down here for lease. Is that a problem? Like, nah, it's a different piece of paper. I'm like, all right, brother Chris, leave me the way. Show me the way.
Just use this. Here, let's go. All right. Round up, get your questions in, Dutch. I had you on here for 30 minutes. Anything else you'd like to share from my people that are interested in getting into wholesaling? What do you got? Anything before we get to some Q&A? Round up, get your questions in that box.
Nah, man, just know your why. It's not that hard.
Your why is your freedom. Your why is your freedom.
Yeah, analysis paralysis. Don't study too hard and trying to learn everything. Just get out. My first contract, I was signing it, watching a tutorial how to sign the contract.
Good God.
The seller thought I was crazy. Are you looking at a tutorial on how to do this? No, I'm just checking something. I didn't know how to fill out the contract.
Honest.
You know,
people love honesty.
So just just get action. That's what's going to determine everything. How much action you put into it.
Dutch, is it okay for a wholesaler not to find a buyer for a contract? Will they get murdered, or will something bad happen to them if they can't find a buyer? I'm concerned about my newbies or my other investors that are so nervous that they don't want to make an offer because they're worried about not being able to get a back end buyer. Will you die?
Just tell the seller you can't. Just tell the seller your partners won't. They can't approve this, and give it ample time. I used to do it. I was doing it like day before closing, like, hey, Mr. Seller, just to let you know, we can't do this.
Wow.
Don't wait to the end. Nobody told me that. I just had to find out on my own. Wait, do it 10, 15 days before. You will know your first week.
The buyers.
You will know if it's a good deal or not. Your buyer's going to be like, hell no, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Not for that price. So you will know quickly if it's a deal or not. And if it ain't a deal, you need to go back to them as soon as possible, try to get it lower. or just tell them, these numbers don't work for us.
There you go.
And give them ample time.
But you won't die though, do you?
No, you don't die. You don't die. I ain't died yet. So.
No one's died yet from not finding an end buyer roundup. I just want Dutch to verify that. I know I've said it a million times, but you do not die if you don't find an end buyer for a contract.
Yeah.
No one tries to kill you. But still, make sure you have your contingencies in the paperwork too, though.
Oh yeah.
Corey says Closing Day was a dope song.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I love that too, because the artist still in me still just appreciate it. Closing day.
That's something. That's a big day for a lot of investors.
Yeah, man, that's the day. That was the actual closing day on that video too. That's why I was looking at that check like that. Hey, you watch the video, all that check was just, I was just like,
dang.
Whew.
I bet that's something.
I think it was like 1,700 though, but it was a check. It's a check, 1,700.
Shoot, that's good money. I'll take that. Carl, benefits will get you so. That is true. It's rough getting around that.
Yeah.
We buy houses. Cincinnati. How do you find your deals, and what forms of marketing do you do to find your lead deals? We buy houses, Cincinnati.
I find deals. JV people come to me with deals from other cities, music videos. That's one source. I also use things like PropStream to look for pre-foreclosures and things like that. And I've learned how to scrub lists. I'm not a shotgun list. I don't just get high equity lists.
You're stacking them.
I get high equity with a lien.
I love those liens. Those liens.
I get stuff. I don't blast. I don't like shotgun approach. I like niching it down, and I just blast, man. I blast with the music and with the programs and stacking your list. Stacking your list is very, people don't do it enough for me, and that really helps. That saves you a lot of money texting.
Now, come in.
Can Taylor come outside with me?
I can't make her go outside, Bo. I'll be out there in about minutes. I'm done. Daddy daycare. I gotta teach.
Quick, brother, you got 1 second.
Go ahead, Dutch. Go ahead, bro.
1 second, y'all.
Round up with your questions in here for Dutch. He's going to be going over the rest of his marketing, how he's finding deals. This is so cool. That's how I met Dutch. Man does unbelievable music things. I'm a musician from the beginning. So for me, I'm not a sports fan. I don't know anything about sports. I couldn't tell you not one on a football field, except the kicker and the guy that hikes the ball. I know that. But musicians understand the discipline. So that attracted me to Dutch, which what brings us here today. Get your questions in for Dutch. Smooth jazz. What kind of music do you play? Retired healthcare provider. Oh, man, that's cool. Round up. We're almost done with the Patrick Bet-David video. Almost done. Good Lord. I wish I could show you. See if I can show you the screen. I had an opportunity to go to Valuetainment a few weeks ago, so the video is just about being the big. It fell off? Her leash?
Yeah.
Her leash is it's in there in the living room. You back, Dutch?
I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all.
Smooth jazz. What kind of music do you play and what instrument, Brother Dutch? Retired healthcare worker and doing smooth percussion. Looking for.
Okay. Well, I don't actually play instrument.
Your instrument is your voice, though.
Yeah, my voice. But, I make tracks, produce tracks. Well, I buy produced tracks. That's the only thing I don't do is produce for myself. But I got people like Chris that'll send me a dope track to do something too. But I don't play instruments. I just listen. I listen, and my range of music is wide. I'm talking about from Queen to Freddie Jackson to Anita Baker to Ice Cube to Eminem. Mm-hmm. It's wide. I just love music,
Good.
Yeah.
I'm listening to a bit outside up in R&B. I didn't even understand until I was about 25. A huge world out there, man.
Hey, Chris, who did your intro song?
Oh yeah, well, Dutch was the man that does. No one's heard it, Dutch. There's only a few people that heard it. I put it on the Ron LeGrand thing. So,
oh yeah, come on, man.
Dutch did. The man will do intros for you. I don't know whatever he's going to charge for that, but we'll put. Matter of fact, we got a link to hire you, Dutch. We'll put in the video description too. They can just go hire you to do an introduction. So Dutch worked with. Well, I actually had the honor to work with him on creating my intro. For my new interview series that we will be doing for the roundup. And you literally took the track. I can't say for everybody's not going to have music, Dutch. So we able to give Dutch music, and he can literally take that and pull out of his head words that fit perfectly. How do you do this stuff, Dutch? Where does it come from?
Man, just a long time, man. They just say keep sharpening your sword until a point, like you say with the houses now, it's just done. Like it's just easy for you. Music for me is easy. Any topic, anything. Like
God,
so it's a very easy thing for me at this point now.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for blessing me on that. Yes, I was on Judge Mathis last week or whatever it was.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Brother, send me that. I gotta see that.
I was just in the audience, man. I was just hanging out with
okay.
Greg. I'm a fan. In the city, but Dutch, if y'all listen to the Ron LeGrand, go back. Matter of fact, I'll drop that at the bottom too. You'll hear Dutch's intro on the Ron LeGrand video, but that's the only time I've used it. I'll only be for the interviews.
Okay,
that's a man. What you did, Dutch, it's like magic. You got magic back there. In a city, young black man looking for success. Yes, I love it. My people making money.
Appreciate you, brother. Keep being hungry.
Debra, give a lot of gems. Oh, got to figure out how to utilize it. Yeah, it can't be overwhelming. No doubt, Dutch did a lot of education at first. It could be overwhelming. Dutch, you want to tell them a little bit about your beginning walk? How overwhelming the information was?
Oh yeah, I would say the difference about me, I don't sit and wait and learn everything. I like to learn as I go.
Next step.
Boom. I didn't think about filling out a contract till I got a contract.
Nice. You ain't worry about your LLC, and I don't know if I'm gonna have the right bank account and all this stuff.
Just give me the money. I'll figure it out.
Good for you. That's how you do it, Judge. That's how it's done. I was wholesaling in my name. I was like, man, shit, make it out to Chris Haskins.
Hey.
I didn't know no better.
Hey, whatever works.
Yep. Mauro Dutch is a beast with video production. That he is. Dutch is actually the editing company that for the Patrick Bet-David interview. Dutch, thank you so much for that too.
Thank you. I wanted to, as I got older, I just wanted so many different tools. Real estate is just one.
Just one.
I wanted to have music. I wanted to have video production. I wanted to be able to have so many things. So it's hard to, for me not to be able to find money in something,
Mm-hmm. Carl wants to know benefits can keep a person stuck. How did you overcome receiving health insurance and stuff like that, Dutch?
Oh, I just bought it. Hey, look, after you start doing deals and the money start rolling in, I got regular health insurance like anybody else.
Just gotta buy it.
Just buy it. Like, this is stuff you think about when you got a 9-to-5. Those things that keep you into a job and they lie to you. They make it hard for you. I just went to the dentist, doctor, checkups. It ain't stop for me, So wow. After you start making money, you can afford benefits. Don't let that scare you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it scare you.
It can be a big mountain for some people. Casual wealth. Salute, Dutch. What text messaging software do you use? How much does it cost? And could you talk a little bit about the process of marketing to seller?
So I've used a couple different platforms. I've used something called Text Magic.
I've seen that one.
And it's very cheap. You can pay as you go. There's no monthly subscription. Just you load in $50, you text out $50. And that's how I started slow. Just, I use another system called the Smarter Contact, which is a very good system. Once you start doing deals, you can work with it. Also use Batch Lead Stacker. And all text messaging platforms I've used, but the best way to do it, you get you a nice niche list, and you stack them. Like I say, lean, vacant. I don't want one list of one thing. I like to stack them because you get more motivation through those type of lists. And just text them out some short. All my messages are the same. I don't make nothing hard, man. Hello, I'm Dutch Jackson. I would want to know where you're selling today. Please let me know. Or in the near future, please hit me up, text me back, let me know. Simple. It ain't nothing extraordinary, extravagant, because motivated sellers, they're going to hit you up.
They rise to the top.
Motivated sellers are totally different from regular sellers.
They can raise their hand.
Big time. So don't think of it too much. I say start with text magic. It's cheap. You can start seeing how you feel about texting, and then you can move up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for that, Dutch.
Yeah.
Rashim, always make the offer. Make action. Yeah, that's true. Make the offer.
Always.
Monroe, what up?
What up, Chris?
Levon wants to know, how do we get in? Oh, I'll put your, matter of fact, what's your, I'm here on the thing now. I can put your contact information. Does you want to put an email or just a social or what?
Yeah, you can put dvnworld at gmail.com. dvnworld@gmail.com. You can email me there, and then you can just search social media for Dutch Jackson. I'll pop up. Now, look, God ain't finished with me yet, okay? So I got a lot of old content out there that I still got to retract, baby. You know, I've been out here for a minute. I got the real estate stuff, and I got because people forget I'm a videographer too. So I've shot over 500 videos.
Wow.
Know? So with my music, when you search Dutch, don't judge me.
I got it.
Just find me and let me know what you're looking for.
Find me and love me.
Right.
Don't judge me. I remember when I saw some of your content, I'm like, oh boy, this stuff is really real. Stuff's pretty real.
We come from a crazy city. I'm telling you. But no, I'm changing up my content, making everything positive, leaving the old stuff behind, but it's been fun, man.
All right, let's see. How you doing on time, Dutch? We have 45 minutes.
Oh man, I'm good, man.
All right. Brother Chris Monreezy. He said, oh, we're gonna revamp his intro.
I got you.
Taya. Parents were musicians, both dabbled in real estate. Wholesaling to start, how to bridge music and other exit strategies of REI. I don't know. Dutch has done it. I mean, what can you advise for somebody else, Dutch? I mean, you got a niche on hip hop.
Okay. Don't get offended. Real estate can tend to be boring. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just like insurance, any other.
A lot of us look the other way. We look at real estate and be like, I mean, I want to learn it, but it just don't, So I say, let me mix passions, man. I mean, try it out. And like I said, ain't no rules. Mix real estate with music, real estate with gaming, real estate with other things. Just do it. You'll never know how somebody will react until you do it. All my partners back in St. Louis is like, you doing a real estate album. Man, look, brother, don't do that. Brother, don't. Like, we know you're getting older, man. You look at desperate doing a real estate rap album, Dutch. Don't do it. And I did it anyway, and it was one of the best things I ever did in my life. So, first off, people don't know nothing. Believe in yourself and just try stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
We are housed in Cincinnati. What skip tracing company are you using, Dutch?
Batch skip tracing.
Batch skip tracing.
Batch skip tracing.
Tia says, thanks for bringing your music to investing. I'm thankful too. I
appreciate it.
Casual Wealth, can you share the two scripts, the intro scripts to sellers that work for you? I'm presuming he's talking about on your text messaging, Dutch.
Email me, bro. I'll
You
send
can-
it to you. But
Okay.
y'all gotta remember though, like these cell phone companies, they really cracking down
Big time.
on people using the same text messages. So a lot of y'all who shooting out the same text messages that you seeing from other people, a lot of these text messages not going through, they getting flagged. So it's good to come up with your own scripts and use something different because a lot of these, that's why people using text messages, they're like, man, I'm not getting that many responses today. Because these cell phone companies are cracking down on people who sharing scripts. Just keep that in mind. But I'll talk to you, brother. No problem.
Jade, hey, thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. Dutch is a hustler. That's right. Showing the state. Do you pull lists? We buy houses. Do you pull lists from county or prop stream?
Prop stream.
That's a great. Hey, TB, thanks for that value. Oh, TB says, thanks for adding the value, brother Dutch.
Man, appreciate it. I saw a comment. Can you go back a couple?
Oh,
yeah.
Chris,
he's from St. Louis too. I got a Chris Jackson. When I first jumped in the game, Chris Jackson came and he was in Texas with me. And I was reaching out to a bunch of people, and he was one of the first to meet me at Starbucks and really start going through numbers. He was over my head, but I appreciate you, big dog. So I just wanted to tell you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Debra, it's hard to find friends interested. They think it's too costly. Did Dutch work with any partners at first or now?
Debra, that just touched my soul. I've been trying to share this with people that I care about. I'm talking about I done bought courses, $5,000 courses, $4,000 courses. And you know how I feel when you send it to somebody you care about and they don't even open it up. But they complain about their life to you all the time. I'm so miserable. I'm like, I just gave you something life-changing, but it's very hard to find people who are driven. Go to your REI meetings, and I would say look for a firm, probably a wholesaling or investment firm in your city, and try to see if you can shadow them. I work with Titanium Investments here in Fort Worth. You know, they brought me in, and I could see how a major firm works.
It's something.
They do everything, learning, picking stuff up. Try to surround yourself with other people who do it, serious people who don't mind having somebody new around them.
Nice. And Debra, let me stay here for a minute. A billionaire is not going to hang out with $100,000 guy, Debra. A multimillionaire is not going to hang out with a guy making $20,000 a year. You got me? So I just want you to be realistic when you go talk to people. This is just from my experience and my mentors. So I approach my mentors basically with an open checkbook, and I treat them to lunch. I'm always like, look, what can I give you? What do you need? How much? I just want to, here's the $100 just to whatever, 10 minutes. I mean, I've literally I've done this to men. Listen, you just tell me whatever you need. I'll write you a check right now just to have lunch or whatever, Debra. So just keep, when you're meeting a mentor or somebody that's going to pull you up, remember being the giving and the service mentality first before you ask them for something. Just keep that in mind. Go ahead, Dutch. I see you.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't ask for nothing for free at all. I always pay to play. Even my friend I just shouted out, the first time I talked to him, I say, brother, I got a pair of Space Jams over here that's calling your name. Space Jam Jordans and a couple $100. And
Nice.
And he was like, come on over. And I've always been that way.
Nice.
I pay to play. I pay for people's time because people with money know that their time is very valuable.
Very valuable. So I just wanted to say that, Debra. So just keep that in mind when you're searching out people to work with. Mark, what up, Mark from Jacksonville? With that information about the 401k with no penalty and taxes. Oh yeah, for 3 years. I just took out $20,000. Got here today. I can show you the check right there. Round up. The IRS is letting you take money out of your IRA and your 401k penalty free. You can use that money to flip a house, or I might use it to buy whatever, man. So take advantage of what these people are giving you with this CARES Act. Debra, borrow money. I don't know. We buy houses. Do you use virtual assistants or local callers?
They're not virtual assistants and they're not local, but I got a couple guys that I'm training, you know. So I haven't used a virtual assistants, like some close friends of mine that I'm brought the game that I really trust, and I'm training them what I know, and they're working with me. Nice. So, you know.
Everything real estate. Hey, Dutch, Chris, I'm new to us, Chris, not new to the real estate game. I appreciate all the details you give. Oh man, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. That was a good one too.
I love the DMV area too. I love the DMV.
Oh yeah. You go up there much, Dutch?
I done been up there a couple times in the last year. It's my first time in my life, but I really enjoy up there.
Just jumping. Hey, Chris, what do you think about Ron LeGrand programs that just registered for mentoring? Yeah, I've been through a lot of Ron stuff. I didn't do the mentoring, but I'm sure it can really help. I mean, luckily I had a mentor that was local back in 2006. So I think anything that's going to give you some data, nothing free in life. There you go, Chris. All right, let me get out of here, Dutch. Final thoughts, my friend. We got questions coming in. Final thoughts for my new homies, people that I want to get into the game, Dutch. If you can drop something on them.
If I can say anything, I'll say, never be afraid to invest in yourself. You invest in everything else. Invest in you for once. Wow. See what you can do with your life.
Wow.
See how great you can be. You know, don't sleep on yourself. That's the name of my book, Chris. I like don't sleep on yourself. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you for having me, bro.
Dutch, I want to ask you before I let you go. I'm thinking about, I got to say it. I see people spending so much money on, I'm just going to say whatever, shoes, clothing, car, whatever it is. But Dutch, with it, I'm concerned about the amount of money we spend on making ourselves better.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think what can you say just for the people that don't necessarily see the value? And for me, I'm even spending money on internal too, like the foods and supplements stuff. I'm like, Chris, you spend all this money on all these houses and all this education, but you don't spend not a dime on internals. I'm trying to get right. What can you say, Dutch? What can you give us to people that have to make that switch to recognize that the true value is?
Unfortunately, you can't make nobody recognize nothing, man. People got to recognize it on their own when they get tired of certain things. That's when change happens, when you get tired of stuff. When you get tired of the amount of money you make, you go look for another one. When you get tired of living in a certain area or certain situations, you look for other ways. So people ready when they ready, you know, and it's just, and I stopped trying to do that a long time ago, change people's minds, because that's a very frustrating thing. So people ready when they ready. I drop a jewel, boom, but that's it. I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but people there, when it's time, they'll do it.
I see. Gotcha. All right, Brother Dutch, round up. That's all I got for you. Bubba, you want to say anything?
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.
That is true. Hit the like button.
And notifications.
Hit the bell. All right, Dutch, thank you for your time, my friend.
No problem, y'all. Peace.
Round up. We will have several interviews coming up over the next couple of weeks, but please subscribe and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace.